TMNT Toy Throwback, where I'm going to have a look and talk about ninja action. Now what the hell does that even mean? Well, why should I stand here and explain you when there's a video coming up? Let's go! 1993 brought us the very first edition of the Ninja Action TMNT. And also some of the early attempts at action features, outside of the wacky action turtles, of course. Now really, when it comes to these guys, there's so much more than the action features. Quite frankly, I was never a huge fan of action features, even as a kid. But the thing about these guys, as you can tell, they got a completely new design, and that was something I loved about the old school Playmates series. Usually, they would do something completely different with the turtles every time. And this is why I got these guys in after I did the comic version review, because these guys would have fit in, but I wanted to have the Ninja Action episode to be its own thing. Still, this is most definitely comic book design, and what a rad one it is. Now, of course, other than just talking about the figures, I have to show you the action features, which some of them don't work anymore, so don't get too hyped. Well, we got multiple options. So first of all, what I think is pretty nifty, they made the yellow lines over here to see how you line up your arms. Well, you can't see the yellow lines on the arms anymore, but there's a little bit of molding, which you can tell. So, you got your Leo, you bend it forward, and you let go. Boom! And he doesn't land on his feet. Let's try it again. Come on, boy. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Actually, I think the head is not straight. That might seem weird, but these guys are actually, Now, as far as the figure goes, I've already mentioned this is definitely comic book design. They have a little bit more sharp beak. They have the brown arm and knee pads, wristbands. They still have the logo in there, which is not comic book accurate. Also, Leo doesn't have a strap going over his arm, but, you know, regardless of that, they definitely look a little bit more dark. They have the battle damage in the shell, also in the back, a little bit of it. And we have a goofy big looking sword, but that's just because of the action feature. And once again, we're sticking to the color scheme of the old school Playmates line, and that's something I don't want to repeat too much, but it's in all of them. Let's just say right here, it's in all of them. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you Donnie's action feature because dude has a broken leg. Came like that from an eBay seller, but, you know, sometimes those things happen. Other than that, Donnie also has the double bow staffs on his back, while also coming with double bow staffs, so you can have 4 bow staffs on your Donnie. Apparently with Raph, there's some weird stuff going on. Apparently you're supposed to put him on the back, put his feet up, and then he's supposed to jump up, because he has some sort of backpack that I don't understand the point of that. Some of these don't really snap in so well anymore, so probably doesn't work, because it's supposed to click over here and then move out slowly. We don't have the clicking part with Raph anymore, and it doesn't work. He can do just like a kind of like a front flip though, if you just do that, which I think is a lot more impressive than just standing up. If he would, nobody lands on his feet today. We don't do that. I mean, especially with Leo, he can do it. He's just a little shy in front of the camera. Yeah. Other than that, as you can tell, they all have the same basic body, just with like the backpacks and whatnot. That's the only difference between them. And of course, the color scheme. Well, that is usually the case for the turtles. I think even this time the face sculpt has been recycled. The only thing that's kind of swaying off left and right is the bandana. Now, as far as articulation goes, these guys will just have swivels in the arms and the head, and then the legs are usually affected by some kind of action feature. That's the name of the game. Now, final guy on the stage is Mikey, and quite frankly, I don't even know what he's supposed to do. I think he's just supposed to jump up also. So you just bend him back, and once again, he doesn't snap in, and he just kind of does that. You're supposed to hold him down over here. I don't, you know. Old toys, guys, I'm sorry. So other than the super disappointing ninja action features not working anymore, and I say anymore because that stuff worked back then, trust me. I mean, Leo still did the flips, he just didn't land on his feet. Also, same with Raph. But anyway, Mikey had, for whatever reason, they gave him the double straps over here. And why do you have these things up there is also because of the action feature. You're just supposed to put his nunchucks in the back so they kind of flip up when he does the flip, which he doesn't really do correctly. So we're just gonna cancel that and have a look. that the nunchucks actually have a real rope, which is a huge step up. It's not Shane, we're not there yet, but at least it's better than plastic. And finally, size-wise, these guys with their hunched over posts all clock in at 11 centimeters, which means they're a little shy of 4.5 inches. And by the way, Raph does come with a size, I just don't have him anymore, so I just gave him that thing, whatever. So the first edition of the Playmates Ninja Action Turtles was pretty cool. The novelty to me of it though is more the design than the action feature, even though the action features were pretty well done. So of course, why wouldn't you just repeat it? And repeat it they did with the 2004, well, Ninja Action Turtles. They didn't even bother to change the name, oh my god. Well, and also they didn't bother to come up with a special design for these guys. Although, I mean, you already got the comic book design with the 2003 line, so it's not too bad. So this time around, they stuck with the original show design and not do any real changes. But they completely recycled all the action features, and as you can tell, they look very much the same, even going down to the backpack and the double bow staffs for Donnie. Also should be noted that we have some extra grip pieces over here and the bigger feet on Raph's and Donnie's palm. Well, Donnie is still look normal, but Raph is just like, boy, those guys are swollen. Get a doctor. Now we're just gonna get to the ninja action part right away. And as you can tell, this time we have a little bit of a different system, and he actually lands on his feet. Woo! First one to do it. Oh my god. But yeah, they had a little bit of a different system, as you can hear, which I think is more safe than just snapping it in with the old turtles, which after a while didn't really work. I mean, I guess this doesn't really work after a while also, but I got these guys mint in box just recently. I was lucky. And now we finally can get to Donnie showing his cartwheeling abilities, because this one does not have a broken leg yet. Okay, stay there. Oh my god! Landing on his feet! 10 out of 10! What I gotta say is really impressive with this line is something that, for the second generation of TMNT figures, they really applied a lot, and that was shading. What? Shading on a kid's toy? I know, right? It's amazing. It is somewhat random over here and there, but still, I appreciate the effort that Playmates did put in. He lays on his back, you have the arms up so he can kind of keep himself up. And lame. Do the flip for me again, boy. It's way more impressive. And every time, poor dude. Alright, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop hurting your nose now, man. Speaking of nose, they do have a little bit of a sharper beak again, but at least this time we have completely different facial expressions, not like with the old Ninja Action line. These ones seem to be a little bit better, huh? And I mean, when I say better, I mean basically there's a lot more effort that went into it. Now, I can never get this guy to work because he usually just falls over. Yeah. Like an old man. He's fallen and he can't get up. Alright. No. Well, he jumped up. Yay! Applause. Alright, one more try. I'm gonna try to hold on as long as I can. I really don't see the point of this. No. So since this is a rinse and repeat of the old Ninja Action Turtles, we still got Michael with the stupid things up here. I don't really agree with that. But we got the rope again, so that's a plus. Only black rope this time. Whatever, at least it's rope, and at least he doesn't have double straps going down his arms, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. I did not have his arms in the right position. That was probably important. No, it wasn't. And finally, yes, you guessed it, they come at the exact same size of 11 centimeters, a little shy of 4.5 inches. Ninja Action was flying high with arguably a little bit better version with these guys coming out in 2004. So would Playmates gamble it all again for a third time? The answer is no. No, they did not recycle it again. What we got instead are the Throw and Battle Ninja Turtles that came out in 2013. Now just to clarify, they do have a line that's called Ninja Action for the 2012 Turtles, but those are dumb. They have like all kinds of plasticky things going around and arms and grapples and just like, this is, to me, this is the spiritual successor of ninja action. So how do these things work? Well, you take them and you throw them at your background and you crash your background and somebody always complains about that. I fixed my background, have you seen? Anyhow, the real way to do this is apparently, I don't know. You throw this together and it makes a popping noise and then it doesn't stay. Great, awesome, we're doing well. And then toss them on his belt, so he lands on his belt and pops up. Awesome! So let us try this again. We have Mikey now in the pose, so I'm supposed to let him drop and it lands on there and then he pops up, right? Yay! I don't know. And they all do the same thing. There's no difference over here. So overall, a very fitting statement of the new line compared to the old one. I'm just kidding. Hey, at least they give him some new design, even if it's just pajamas. No, actually, more like ninja suits. And you have a wacky variation of the weapon that you're supposed to pull up. And it's supposed to jump up with the turtle when you hit him on the ground. Although I am not really a huge fan of hitting my turtle on the ground. Why would I do that? Now they all just have a slight variation of the ninja suit, and I don't know why everybody gets their own color represented in the suit, and Mikey just gets brown. You have red with Rav, and we get to all the other ones, but Mikey just gets brown. Other than that, notable changes in the designs are the knee pads, which are now shin pads, I guess, and they're all hindered by this stupid thing, which is still a lot less worse than the new ninja action ones, which I can't. But hey, as far as articulation goes, at least the head rotates around and everything else is just an action feature, basically. So articulation-wise, we don't really have a lot going on. Well, the weapon's articulated, I guess. And finally, Donnie has double bow staffs again. At least he doesn't have them on his back. And as you can tell, purple, blue, red. And finally, it should be noted that all of them clock in at 15 centimeters, which is about 6 inches, and they did not respect the size difference of the 2012 turtles. They all have the exact same size. So overall, Ninja Action was represented in all generations of the turtles so far, with stronger and weaker results depending on how you want to look at it. Still, I mean, it's a kid's toy, so wrapping it together and throwing it on the wall is probably not the worst thing you can do. Even though previous iterations have shown us that you can do good action features that are not just throwing stuff through the wall, have a little bit more finesse, have a little bit better ideas, and you get these guys, which are not holding their weapons very well, but that's not the point. The point is, I moved the shot down because I realized I didn't have enough space down here. No, actually not. The point is, you can have very cool variations and very cool ideas flowing into this entire Ninja Action stuff, making comic book versions of your old school TMNT, or bringing them back with still having the very effective action features, but still retaining the design and adding all the new stuff you have in the 2002 line, or just do whatever the hell that's supposed to be. No, seriously, I don't want to hate, but this is just way more fun than throwing your turtle at the ground. That's never really fun to me. So that's gonna do it for all of these guys. If you enjoyed TMNT Throwback, it really would mean a lot to me if you can hit this up with a like, because this is a personal series of my favorite toys, and some of them, these guys, I need to stop now. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll be back with more TMNT Toy Throwback.